Aquarius. Thank you for joining me for your September Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'm shuffling the Morgan Greer Tarot again. Thanks for joining me. Please watch the sun sign, rising, and moon for a full dose of your cosmos for the month. We just had our Libra new moon on August 27th, and this Libran sector represents your 8th house of intimacy, privacy, shared resources, investments, and investors. So there's a new energy here for Aquarians. And additionally, Venus on September 5th enters the sign of Virgo through September 29th. And the planet of attraction and soothing energy exists in this sexual intimacy sector, which is beautiful for Aquarians. It also suggests attracting the right investors to what you are working on this time, and possibly a love for refinancing, rebudget, and a reinvestigation of where you have your money. There's fun to this in terms of Venus here, you really loving what you're doing and how you're making this money happen. Even if it's mild amount of what you're saving or trying to do, it's the idea of where you put it and how you reconfigure it that is exciting to Aquarians. This is a beautiful intimacy transit. So if you are interested in a new love or a new lover, this is helpful for you, and it's basically the whole month of September with the exception of the first 4 days and the last day. We do have our Mercury retrograde this month, and that goes into effect on September 9th through October 2nd. Mercury, the communication planet, slows down at 8 degrees of Libra. In your property sector, your sector of foreign travel, this is not a great time to take large trips out of the country from September 9th through October 2nd. There could be delays with a Mercury retrograde, also affecting communications, technology, and technical devices. Even small iPhones and things like that have issues. So if you are traveling, recheck your plans, allow for time, don't put flights connecting too close to one another, and enjoy the experience as opposed to trying to rush around. This retrograde goes more deeply into Virgo, back to 24 degrees, and touches again in that 8th sector where you had the presence of your new moon at the end of August and transiting Venus. So something is reinvestigated here for Aquarians in their intimacy sector, and that's okay. The Mercury retrograde could be beneficial to revise, review, and rewrite the sector that it falls in, and you have your chance here with property. Expect some issues in the home or with the purchase of a property, a delay in escrow, an issue with appraisals, and a slow pace in terms of timing. I would add 30 days to anything anyone's telling you, or 28 days. And just if you expect a little bit of a hold here, you won't be so frustrated when it occurs. It is a good time to re-investigate how you are saving your money and where you are saving it and with whom. We have our full moon on the 10th of September at 17 degrees of Pisces in a money sector, the 2nd house. This is about confidence and security. And around the 10th and 2.5 days before and 2.5 days after that time period, Aquarians might not feel too confident about themselves. This is a phase. I wouldn't trust anything that you're telling yourself with 100% certainty around that time frame of September 10th, because A full moon here can bring awareness of a few insecurities in terms of your earnings, your worth, your job, how you're earning it, and your confidence level. Let this pass without judgment. We have a shift in our seasons. There is a seasonal change here. On the 22nd, we shift into our autumn season. We have our autumnal equinox in the northern hemisphere, and our sun transits into the cardinal sign of Libra, affecting the 9th house in a positive way. The sun is one of our most benevolent energies, and this would be a great time for your learning, internal education, study, course taking, online courses, higher certifications, reviewing where you need to go to school, getting master's degrees, planning foreign travel, although I would implement it after October 2nd. Finding new interests in the metaphysical. The 9th sector is what governs astrology, tarot, the metaphysical, the spiritual, the healing arts, Reiki, and chakra aligning. If you're into that, the new moon on the 25th at 2 degrees of Libra is a great time to initiate the activity or course of that in that area. And again, a great time to plan the foreign excursion, but implementing it after October 2nd. Venus again makes a shift the very last day or two before the end of September, the 29th, into Libra in this 9th sector, your 8th and 9th houses. And across from the 8th, the money house, the 2nd house, are affected in a big way this month. Consistently through September, you have Jupiter in Aries, conjunct Chiron, in the 3rd house of marketing, publishing, writing, and communication, siblings and community and neighborhoods. And Jupiter in Aries sextiles Mars all month in Gemini, forming harmonious planetary relationship together in your 5th house. Aquarians are very fertile this whole year through March 23rd, while Mars is in Gemini. There might be something to communicate about in terms of having another baby in your life, or a creative project that deserves all of the marketing attention in the world. This can apply very differently, obviously, to all Aquarians. So please consider getting a private reading. I am offering a special, and the code is Labor Day 20. If you use that, you receive $20 off your selected tarot length or astrological reading. That's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 or 90 minutes. That discount does not apply to gift certificates or for my spell work session. But if you're interested and you haven't had a session, or you have, it's a good time to consider it. Aquarius, let's see what is in your personal tarot for this reading. And I'm available at audreyalison.com. All of my links are in the expanded Show More section under this YouTube video. Okay, Aquarius, you might take a pause in this retrograde. The Hangman is never suffering. This is a 9th house energy. You are downloading, you are receiving spiritual guidance. You might be on a little bit of a holding pattern or pause while the Mercury retrograde occurs. But with the Hangman, there is such a source of spiritual wisdom and the comfort of philosophy, religion, spirituality, however you apply and wherever you believe. But the Hangman represents a belief system and the pause around life to maybe have you focus on that belief system. When everything else slows down, you have your inner core, your inner self, and that belief system. Wow, 2 of Cups, partnership, marriage, intimacy, connection, love, soulmate energy. The 8th house of intimacy is where you are connected strongly this month. And in your relationship, that will show. If you don't have one, it's time to get out and be seen. If you don't want one, you have chances even across the pond or when you travel for connection in a big way. The Emperor, Aries energy, but also being the authority in your life, a boss figure, a person in authority or control. Let's see what we get around this. And the Tower. Here's what you want to avoid. Mars in the 5th house, being angry or bitter or too controlling with children, in creative projects, in entrepreneurial pursuits. You might have to let a little bit of your guard down as well in relationship. You might have had negative experiences that have built a bit of armor, like the Emperor is known to wear under his cape. He's like a hard shelled chest. In order to have this connection, you might have to open up that barrier. I know it's scary because when you expect one thing in life and then people are rerouted, that creates a layer of armor for some. And for Aquarians, you might have to take a risk in order to find that happiness. The Four of Wands, if you want that dwelling and celebration together, take your armor off. And welcome people. Some of you are staying very boundaried in your home environment as well. I'm looking at this and, very protected, which you should be in terms of like home security. But I'm feeling that emotionally it might be time to let your guard down and let people see the home you've created with this person or the dwelling that you share. There's a reason to celebrate. Send out the invitations. Aquarius, I thought this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. I thought this was really deep. In fact, I'm still getting messages. I want to close this up, but I feel like I have a few more things to say. Oh, it's not that this reading was deep. You might go deep in this month internally and feel this need, I get it, for privacy and the protection in the home, not having too many people over, but you can open up to that. You might feel vulnerable or not want to be too exposed, but what the feeling I'm getting is it's okay. You can do this now. You've passed the line or the brink where there's no turning back. It's similar to the message where when women become pregnant, they want to make sure they've passed the 3-month mark before they start telling people about it, just to protect the early stages, the very vulnerable stages of pregnancy. This is how I feel almost about a relationship for Aquarians. You're keeping it private because you want it to protect it. But the message is it's okay to let this out now because you've reached the mark, you've done the work, this is the real deal, you can celebrate it now. Congratulations, I hope this was helpful. If you'd like a private reading, I'm at audreyalison.com. Remember, Aquarius, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.